In this episode of Halloween Tales, we present the Napa Valley Halloween Murders, a tale of beauty, friendship, betrayal, and the horror that shattered the peace of wine country. In early 2004, Lauren Mianza was a 26-year-old soccer pickup game enthusiast. She was also a volleyball coach at Napa Valley Community College. It was at the college where she met Adrian and Sonia, a 26-year-old civil engineer. Adrian also loved volleyball and volunteered at the school as a scorekeeper. Between campus volleyball games, Lauren and Adrian bonded, and in February 2004, when Adrian saw a quaint little house for rent on nearby Dorset Street, the two friends decided to move in together and become housemates. Lauren moved her things and her aging dog, Chloe, into a downstairs bedroom, and Adrian's best friend, Lily Prudhomme, and her boyfriend, Eric, helped her move into one of the two upstairs bedrooms in the house. Right away, their social network began to expand as their house became the place where all of the friends hung out. They eventually became friends with other people in the neighborhood, including another group of women who shared a house together. It was through this association that they met Leslie Mazzara. Leslie was a small-town beauty queen who had previously lived in both Florida and South Carolina. After one of her relationships had run its course, Leslie moved to Napa in search of new friends and a new start. By day, she worked in sales at a local winery, and by night, the stunningly attractive social butterfly could be found dining out, bar hopping, or dancing the night away. Lauren, Adrian, and Leslie became fast friends, and in June 2004, when Leslie's housemates announced that they would be moving out and moving on, Lauren and Adrian welcomed Leslie to their household since there was a spare upstairs bedroom and the rent could now be split 3 ways instead of 2. Together, they made a picture-perfect Napa household consisting of career women, independence, and friendship. There was no way to know that in just a few short months, 2 of the roommates would be dead and the other would be changed for life. On Halloween night 2004, an effigy of a witch hung from the front porch at the little yellow house on Dorset Street. It served as a definitive signal to local trick-or-treaters that they were welcome and encouraged to troll there for goodies. The 3 housemates passed out candy while pretending to be scared each time a new little ghoul rang the doorbell. Chloe even got in on the act by sizing up and barking at each new visitor. By all accounts, it was a fun night, and by 9 p.m., as the trick-or-treaters began to thin out, the women turned their attention to relaxing for the rest of the evening. Adrian decided to go for a short visit with her boyfriend Chris, who lived about a block away. Lauren and Leslie shared some snacks and watched TV together for a while before Leslie retired for the night to her upstairs bedroom. Lauren wasn't quite ready to turn in and continued to channel surf. By 10:30, Adrian was back at the house. She and Lauren chatted for a bit before Adrian decided to turn in for the evening. That year, Halloween fell on a Sunday, and the 3 women had work the next day. Lauren let Chloe go out one last time and afterwards made sure that all of the doors were locked. She was in bed by 11 p.m., and by 11:30, she and Chloe were asleep. Shortly after 2 a.m., Lauren woke up to the sound of glass shattering, followed by slow, heavy footsteps. Then screams tore through the stillness of the night. Leslie screamed first, then Adrian. Sounds of struggle could be heard throughout the house. Initially, Lauren headed upstairs, but in the midst of all of the chaos, she soon realized that she needed to get out of there as soon as possible. The attacker moved swiftly, stabbing victims over and over. Lauren escaped and was able to find a hiding place behind a fence in the backyard. She crouched there, trembling in the dark until the night once again was silent. She was scared, but she knew that she needed to check on her friends. She crept back into the house, and what she saw there she would never forget. Leslie was face down, lying lifeless in a pool of blood, and Adrian was slumped near her bed, barely alive, her body ravaged by stab wounds. Lauren fled in shock to get help. She called 911, but by the time help arrived, it was too late. 2 lives had been taken in a frenzy of violence, and the question that echoed throughout Napa was who could have done this? The quiet landscape of Napa was better known for its vineyards and romance than murder, but Napa detectives launched an intensive investigation. They interviewed boyfriends, exes, admirers, co-workers, and anyone who might hold a grudge. DNA was collected and tested. Days turned into weeks, weeks turned into months, and finally, nearly a year later, there was a breakthrough. None of the women smoked, but outside the house, investigators had found an uncommon brand of cigarette butts that had been discarded. The police announced that they had a new lead and that they were testing the Turkish Gold cigarette butts for DNA. Shortly after the announcement, a man turned himself in to the police and confessed. But this wasn't a stranger. It was Napa resident Eric Koppel, who was now married to Adrian's best friend, Lily Prudhomme. The same Eric that helped Adrian move into the house on Dorset Street. The revelation stunned everyone. Koppel had no criminal record, and he had attended Adrian's funeral and comforted their family during the service. In the days before he confessed, Koppel had written a suicide note, but instead of ending his own life, the DNA results later confirmed that he was indeed the killer. In the fall of 2005, Eric Koppel pled guilty to 2 counts of first-degree murder. Unfortunately, he never offered a definitive explanation for why he committed the heinous acts. On the night of the murders, Eric had too much to drink and had a huge argument with his wife. The argument was so intense that Lily opted to drop him off at their apartment and to spend the night with her parents. It was at that time that Eric secured the knife and headed towards the house on Dorset. Some speculated that he resented Adrian and thought that she might be contributing to the problems that he and his wife were having. Others believed that he felt inadequate watching successful, confident women live freely. At his sentencing, Adrian's mother humiliated him in court. She told him that Adrian and Leslie would forever be remembered as bright lights and amazing women, and that he would be either forgotten altogether or at best be remembered as a monster. Her words hung heavy in the courtroom. Koppel's reply was that he was deeply sorry. And on January 11, 2007, Eric Koppel was sentenced to life in prison without parole. Today, the little house on Dorset Street still stands, quiet, ordinary, and unassuming. And every Halloween, as trick-or-treaters wander through Napa's streets, neighbors still glance towards that house, remembering the night when laughter turned into screams. And this year, as you prepare to pass out candy to Halloween revelers, proceed with caution, because sometimes evil doesn't wear a mask. Sometimes it wears a familiar face.